Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. In today's video we are going to be starting the weekly check-ins for June 2023, and in today's video we are doing week 1 of the month, so that would be the 1st through the 7th of June. I have already written down all of my expenses on my expense trackers, just so that you are aware if you are new or haven't watched my June setup video. I have created these stickers and they are not for sale anywhere around. I don't have a shop or anything. I'm doing this to save me some money. But I do color code my expenses, so there is a list of how I've color coded them. And let's just go ahead and go through all of this. Just today, which is the 7th actually, I'm paying off one of the credit cards that had the dentist bill. It was $37.51 that I put on that card at the end of May, so I'm gonna go ahead and pay that, but it hasn't gone through yet. So nothing towards debt as of today. We have 2 bills that have been paid. So I have pest control and internet. And pest control was on the 2nd. And internet went on the 5th. And then we'll get to this later because it will be there, but I know on the 5th I'm gonna have to expand over into this. Okay, we have nothing for auto or gas, nothing for restaurants, nothing for business. If you hear that noise, it is Jack. That's Jack. He's in the bathroom, something like that, trying to get my attention. But nothing for entertainment. We do have one for crafts, and it's not really craft, but I went ahead and with my iPad, I'm trying digital planning, but I am using GoodNotes as that, and I kind of have decided that I want to have more than 3 PDFs out there, so I went ahead and bought the one-time fee of getting the full version so I can have as many PDFs as I'd like. So that happened, and this happened on the 5th. So it's not really crafts, but it is, I consider planning to be part of my craft expenses. So personal, I'm sure when we get to the miscellaneous expenses, some of those in there might be considered personal. I'm just gonna label them all as vacation on the miscellaneous. So we'll get to the miscellaneous fees later, but nothing for personal yet. Pet food, I have 3 inside cats and 3 outside cats that come around fairly often, and then I have other stray cats that show up every once in a while. So this happened on the 1st, and I'm at $270.90. I believe I have purchased everything that I would need for the cats, except for maybe like I ordered flea and tick preventative and some more steroids for my one cat that is having ear problems, like having an allergy attack. So I know I'll have that, and that was $90 something. It still hasn't gone through because I have to get vet approval and all of that, but nothing for gifts. We have 1 household item. My handheld vacuum is not cooperating. It works except for the motorized one that I use for everything, for the cleaning all the floors. That it's like it rotates one time and then it just stops working. So I'm trying to see if it might be the filter, because it started doing that after I used cheaper filters that I got from Amazon. So the Dyson filters are back in stock, so I purchased one for $32, and that happens today. So we'll see if my handheld vacuum will start working again. Otherwise, I'm not sure. I don't want to spend the money for another handheld, and I don't like cleaning with the big vacuum cleaner just because of the cord. So groceries, we have one grocery for so far this month, and it was $21.22, and that happened yesterday, the 6th. And that was picking up milk and some other things that I felt like eating. But they were necessities. Like, I felt like I was getting a sore throat yesterday, so I went and got some orange juice and milk and some other things. We have over here, the dermatologist came out, and that was on the 6th. And I've already moved stuff over from my sinking funds to pay for this, so I'm not gonna count it over here because I've already, in May, moved all that money around. So you won't see it back here when we get to the sinking funds. Okay, now we're gonna get to the miscellaneous expenses, and I'm gonna have to either find, I think I've already printed and cut out another of my miscellaneous trackers, but if not, I'm going to have to buy or make another one here soon. Okay, I went ahead and got some security for my computer, so just to protect my computer from malware. So that was one of the expenses. I'm considering it miscellaneous. It's not, I could consider it business. I could do something like that, but right now I'm just going to list it under miscellaneous and just go from there. So this happened on the 2nd. Actually, it happened on the 1st. Sorry, it happened on the 1st. Okay. Then we have vacation. I, of course, bought more stuff that I thought I would need for the cruise. So we have 3 expenses that are from Amazon that are for vacation. Some of these could be considered kind of like personal and whatnot, clothing, all of that, but it's all for the vacation. So that's what I'm just going to list it under, and that's it. So I spent way too much money. I've been spending way too much money. We're going to stop after the vacation. I shouldn't be spending much of any other money after these right here. Okay, so 284 was on the 5th. My fingers, I think all of these were on the 5th. Yeah, these were all on the 5th. And goodness, that is an upset child. I went ahead and separated these because that's how my bank account has them all, is separated. And even though they were all on the 5th. So, Target, we had more vacation, so it's miscellaneous. And this was buying stuff like fabric, or yeah, it was the Tide anti-back spray. It was buying wet ones. It was all, you know, Clorox wipes, all of that type of stuff. I am going on a cruise here in June, so it was just buying all of that stuff that you would need just to not pick up any germs while traveling. And I'm mainly being like over cautious because my friend that is going with me, she has, her mother is, she and her mother, so, but her mother is older and has a lot of health issues. So, but my friend has allergies and asthma and all of that type of stuff. So just trying to, you know, protect, be nice and be protective of her and her family because she is very protective. So she and I will both be wearing our masks pretty much the whole time just because of she wants to be able to go and visit her mom when she gets back and not have to like quarantine for 10 days, something like that. So this was on the 5th. So I'm going to put it over here in the going over section. And then today, actually it was yesterday, I went to my podiatrist appointment, had to do the copay. I don't have any money in my medical sinking funds, so I'm gonna have to just put it as miscellaneous and have it come out of pocket. I also have to go pick up some medicine here, so they're giving me steroids, for anti-inflammation type stuff. So it was sent over today to the pharmacy. So that'll charge will show up at some point. So, but I did this afternoon have to go and get sized for a boot. For those of you that don't know, I have been in a lot of pain with my left ankle for a couple years now, and I finally decided it was time to go and actually get it looked at, and had x-rays done. My primary care referred me to a podiatrist. Podiatrist read the radiology report and everything, and apparently I have a stress fracture in the middle of my foot, or had it at one time. We're gonna go get an MRI, and she said the MRI is either gonna be where the stress fracture is or where the Achilles is at. So she's not quite sure what the orders say from my primary care doctor. So she's curious to know what I'll find out on that day. So I, of course, will send her all that information, but because of the stress fracture and I have Achilles tendonitis, they said they wanted me to get into a boot. So I went and got sized for a boot today, so I am currently trying to get used to it. My cats are very not used to me walking around with it. My calves are larger calves, so it's very, very uncomfortable when I step down, because my calves are kind of like pushing against the plastic sides, and it's very uncomfortable right now. But I they said I could wait to do the boot until after I got back from vacation, but I decided it was best to start healing, because not knowing what we're going to be doing and all of that, so I just decided to bite the bullet and just say, okay, I will wear the boot starting today, basically. So, no spend trackers. I also created these myself, and with the no spend, I basically did say if there was anything for vacation related and all of that type of stuff, I was going to not really consider it as no spend, but this was all just, it wasn't airport related or baggage related or something like that. This was buying items. So all of those miscellaneous expenses are actual expenses, and I am not considering those. But anytime I pay anything towards debt or pay a bill that is already scheduled, I consider those as no spend because they're planned. So this day with pest control, it was a no spend day. We have no spend here and no spend on Sunday. So there we are with at least tracking the expenses part on the monthly page. Now we're going to go through and do the check-in over here. So groceries, $21.22. Household, we have $32.46. We have nothing for restaurants, and I'm going to add up all the miscellaneous expenses. So and 206, 30, 640.88. Hopefully this is the last one, unless I have to pay something when I go get the MRI done on Friday. So it is what it is. Okay, starting off with crafts. I'm gonna pull out my pencil because I don't know if I'm gonna have any more after this. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this. So crafts, $10.81. I don't plan to buy anything else for crafts, so I've already documented that. We're going to come back up here. Pet, $270.90. So I'm still under budget for pet supplies. I don't intend to buy any more, but I may have to buy more litter or something like that, or like I said, with the flea preventative type stuff. Okay. And then we have just the regular bills. Pest control, $74.66. And then we had internet at $90. Now, as far as income goes, I did get my first paycheck. I get paid on the 1st and the 15th of every month, but I do have an additional income, and that is a rewards points from one credit card. So right now, that reward points, 34.49, is sitting at $34.49. So my intention is that I will pay that $34.49 towards my business credit card debt later on. I will figure that out at some point, but yeah, that's what I would like to do at this point. So because of that right there, let's flip back over into debts, and this all looks all kind of bad because this isn't even right. I need to pull out some white out and just white this all out. But we're at 85,000 something. So I do know that I want to pay an additional $34.49. And then I'll pay this. I already did pay the $37.50 on that one. So it will end up at zero as well, unless I actually end up putting some more money on there. But right now, I don't know if I will have to do that. So nothing, we're done. We're done. Let's go figure out how much is remaining over here real quick. So 300 minus 2122. We still have 278.78, and 100 minus 46, 67.54. We still have 50 remaining, and then we're already in the negative over here. Again, like I said, hope that this will be the last from Amazon, Target, all of that type of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and carry these down so I don't have to do them next week. There we go. All right. So that is it for the check-in. I feel okay with what I've spent so far. I mean, I've spent a lot on miscellaneous, but again, I plan to stop at some point, like after this week or something like that. So I hope to not have any other miscellaneous things except for when I'm paying the airline for the baggage and restaurants and all of that type of stuff that I would be putting towards all of that. So I'm also going to be taking out some money for travel expenses because it's always good to have some cash on hand just in case you need them to tip anybody or things like that. So that's it for this week. I hope that everybody has enjoyed this video, and I hope that if you are paying back your own debt, that you are also trying to stay on track and pay as much as you can. And I hope to see you guys here next time. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful week. Bye, everybody.